who may not be aware of the serious dangers and health impacts. We have a few of those here today. We want to encourage as many people as possible to inform themselves of the characteristics of the 5G technology, the dangers and the impacts, not just to the human being, but to all biological life, the trees, the bees, our insects, birds, etc. What we're experiencing today is a juggernaut of unchecked wireless expansion, with the telecom and cable companies competing to give you faster downloads. We all want those, don't we? Lower latency, and to a lesser extent, but coming up, the increase of the capacity of smart devices to enable this Internet of Things. Okay, like it's inevitable. This is a technology that Tom Wheeler, the head of the Federal Communications Commission, in June of 2016 at an FCC press conference on 5G, excitedly referred to 5G as a game changer. Well, he's right there. He went on to describe the much higher millimeter wave bands. Those would be from 24 up to 100 gigahertz, sorry, 300 gigahertz, which have special physical properties, which we can go into in a minute, and would require a massive deployment of thousands of new antennas, hundreds of billions of sensors. And with the 5G being very infrastructure intensive, it would rake in tens of billions of dollars for American industry, which would be first out of the gate in this rollout, and that's damn important, he said. He actually said, and I'm quoting him, "Stay out of the way of the technology." He stated he didn't believe in spending years finding out what 5G could or couldn't do, or let silly committees and regulators define the future, our future. I quote him again when he says, "We won't wait for the standard." Trials started in 2017. So, although 5G will be utilising the radio frequency bandwidths already in use by the current technology, 5G also utilises the higher bandwidths, millimetre waves, as I said, between 30 and 300 gigahertz, compared to the bands below 6G that we use for mobile devices. Okay, they don't travel very far in length. This is one of their characteristics compared with the radio waves that serve today's devices. And there is one major drawback to millimetre waves. They can't easily travel through buildings or obstacles, and they can be absorbed by foliage and rain. That's why they need to deploy thousands of wireless antennas, usually every 100 to 300 metres in neighbourhoods, on utility poles, street lamps, trillions of sensors built into all machinery, infrastructures, household objects and products. And communities are having very, very little say about this new technology. Before I go on to speak about the health and other impacts of 5G technology, I just want to touch on the current deployment of 3G and 4G wireless that the majority of people experience today. Research from institutions including the US National Toxicology Program, National Institute of Environment, Health Sciences and others show, I have lists and lists of studies on wireless microwave radiation if anybody wants to see them, hundreds if anyone wants to look. Exposing humans to low intensity radio frequency radiation that's at today's environmental levels have repeatedly shown in humans clear and significant evidence that EMR, electromagnetic radio frequency, is causing not only cancer, but a wide array of debilitating ailments, and I'll just go through a few. Cognitive impairment, learning and memory deficits, neurological damage, miscarriage, impaired sperm function and quality, obesity, diabetes, tinnitus, alteration of heart rhythm, cardiovascular diseases. With 5G, On the cellular level, we are going to have alterations in metabolism, stem cell development, gene and protein expression, increased free radicals, oxidative stress and DNA damage. I could go on and on. Now, it has to be said the effects in children are important to include, because some of them include autism, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and asthma. Okay, there is, you can see Physicians for Safe Technology open letter to medical professionals online, which was printed on January the 1st, 2020. Now, the impact of wireless telecommunication technologies on humans and their environment has never been tested before each and every new generation was globally deployed. Average adults and their children have been used as experimental guinea pigs without ever being informed or asked for their consent. So the rollout of 5G technology will require mass densification with 3 to 10 times more antenna every 100 to 200 metres. Radio frequencies in Ireland are a national resource managed by the Commission for Communications Regulation in accordance with EU law. The higher bandwidths haven't been accessible to commercial wireless carriers in Ireland until ComReg carried out a test and trial scheme supporting unfettered wireless research and development in Ireland, offering the population of Ireland as guinea pigs to the communications industry in corporate auctions. Okay. I have a list of, there was 5 got the auctions: Imagine, Airspan, Vodafone, Meteor. Okay. So there's no proof of the short or long-term safety of 5G, and telecommunications interests continue to develop and deploy 5G wireless technology, including tens of thousands of satellites, powerful phased array antennas with rapid data bursts, and not to mention smartphones, smart meters, autonomous cars, smart cities. I think it's fair to say economic interests have prevailed over the precautionary principle and precautionary approaches. Economic interests worth $3.4 trillion US, by the way. So, look, as well as that, it's very telling that Lloyd's of London, one of the world's premier insurance groups, is refusing to insure health claims made against 5G wireless tech. Now, why would they leave all that money on the table if the technology is so safe? In Lloyd's November 2010 Risk Assessment Teams report, we get a clue. The report compares those wireless technologies with asbestos. So what can we do? What will we do? Stop 5G! We're calling on a moratorium on the rollout of 5G until potential hazards for human health and the environment have been fully investigated independently. We'd like if more people contacted their councillors and TDs, share the information with their friends, family and community, and inform yourself of the impacts of this very dangerous technology. Thank you very much. Stop 5G! Stop 5G!